Yo, 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 yo. Welcome back to the Heavily Opinionated Podcast. It's your boy Jamel Kijana, aka Melly Mel, aka whatever you want to call me. And with me, I got.
Hey, yo, you know who in the building. It's your boy. It's your homie. It's the one that your mama love. It's the one your sister love. It's the one your grandma love. It's the one that the whole family can't get enough of. Come on, take it in. It's your boy, Playboy Troy. How we doing, peoples? How we doing?
We doing good over here, man. Glad to see you. Who else we got in the building today?
We got old man Frank Mason in the building, on the front porch, on the stoop, talking to you, coming live and direct. Where we at, Melly Man?
Hey, you know where we at over here in the 313. We all living good. So as you can see, the roster's a little bit short, but that don't stop nothing. We still gonna come and deliver y'all these heavy opinions. You know what I'm saying? So, we got some things to talk about. We gonna talk a little bit of the NFL. It's a beautiful Monday today. You'll be hearing this on Tuesday. So we had a nice week. I think it was week 7 yesterday. Then we go dive a little bit into the WNBA as well as the preseason. Preseason basketball has been going on. Regular season should be starting up soon, so we definitely gonna tap in a little bit with that. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's talk about the NFL. Let's see here. Let's get the screen shared. Oh, wait. Before we get started, we also have to talk about the special announcement that you might have seen on the social media pages. The Heavily Opinionated is taking over HBCU weekend down in Atlanta, December 15th through and 16th. We gonna be down there celebrating the HBCU National Championship, aka Celebration Bowl. It's gonna be between the SWAC and the MEAC. We might have talked about it a few weeks ago, and we were talking about the idea. And we serious over here. We don't just put something out and just say, "Oh, we might do this." No, we gonna do it. So we ended up getting booked. Everybody's gonna be down there, man. We gonna have a good time. Tailgate, you guys definitely gonna see a lot of content. We'll do a special episode in person, so you can all see us have a good conversation about our experience at that weekend, as well as our reaction to the game, then even possibly some NFL reactions that weekend, and just whatever else is in sports that weekend we got to talk about. So just be on the lookout for that, December 15th to the 16th. Y'all got anything y'all want to say about that weekend before we get into it?
Yeah, man. It's gonna be big. Me and your boy Playboy Troy right here, and your boy Cooley High, we gonna be doing our little separate thing from Heavily Opinionated. We might get into our own little adventures and everything. Uh, Taking it to the penthouse. Uh, but we're gonna have fun. It's gonna be what we haven't all been together in like 6 years, 5 or 6 years now.
Yeah, it's
So
been a
this
minute. Yeah.
this gonna be like a reunion special all over. And I mean, we're getting the gang back together, the heavily opinionated gang, and also all our group. We're gonna be getting that back together. So it's been a while, and I can't wait. I can't wait, man.
Yeah,
Anything, Cooley?
definitely.
Yeah, man. Just to bounce off my boy Playboy Troy, man. We gonna be live in the A at Atlantic Station. You know where we gonna be at with the people, kissing babies, shaking hands, and trying to get in the mix and bring y'all the best content through Heavy Opinionated slash the Penthouse. More updates, more information coming about the Penthouse, man. We're going to bring y'all some good, candid, in real time conversation from real people about real life things we all experience, man. So we're going to bring y'all the knowledge and we're going to bring y'all experience through our scope at the HBCU homecoming, national championship, weekend. It's going to be like a that's going to be
Facts.
the energy. So we're going to carry that.
Most definitely. It's gonna be a vibe, man. Can't wait to get down there with all the boys, and y'all gonna see Heavily Opinionated. It's gonna look different. It's gonna be a different vibe. So yeah, be on the lookout
Just
for it.
just a quick warning though. If you ain't bringing no good vibes, stay your ass at home. That's
Of
all.
course. I think we all know that. You know what I'm saying? We all know that. Everybody's gonna kick back, have a good time. We
You're
gonna
not feeling good that morning, if you're not in the right state of mind, or you're not just feeling it, stay home, man. Please, just stay home. Watch it on TV. Try to catch.
Yeah, watch it on TV. Yeah, because if you want to pull up on Heavily Opinionated, you gotta come with the good vibes. So ATL, be ready. You know what I'm
I'm gonna
saying? The
like
AT aliens or whatever y'all call them.
HBCU collegiate athlete and hit you with a stiff arm. I'm just gonna and get
Hey, they hit him with that stiffy. They hit him with the
I'm gonna hit
Heisman pose.
top
You know what I'm
shoulder.
saying? Because we all about good vibes over here. We all about just trying to put some good content and just celebrate HBCU football, man. Because I've talked about it in episodes before. I grew up on that culture, and it's just something that I haven't been around in a while. Let alone Atlanta. Haven't been in Atlanta maybe about 3 or 4 years, and then even those 3 or 4 years ago, it was only for like a few hours. So I haven't had a weekend in Atlanta since probably 2017. And that was like the same year I left Atlanta. So it's been a while since I've really tapped into Atlanta for a minute. So this will definitely be exciting for me personally. And
Hey, all the Ray Rays and Pookies, stay home, please.
you
Stay
know we
home.
going to Atlanta. Let me stop. But
I know. That's okay for the Jeremiahs and the Isaiahs to be there.
Ezekiel's.
Yeah. But Ray and Pookie, don't be bringing that injury up here. Hey, just no guns. Y'all can bring your weed. Y'all can bring your alcohol. But don't bring no guns up in there, Ray and Pookie. I'm telling you now.
Yeah, most definitely. Got to keep it safe. Always got to keep it safe. But you know, the HBCU events, if you look at the history of them, they tend to always be pretty like safe and well mannered. I remember there's the D2 basketball tournament. They have it's called the CIAA in Charlotte every year. And when my dad worked at the school outside of Charlotte, um, he took me, and I don't know if this oh well the story's out now. I was like maybe 9 years old, and I was at CIAA weekend, and I was like, yo, this is crazy. I was like, I'm not supposed to be here. I am an 8-year-old walking around as adults having a good time. All HBCU, everybody HBCU'd out, all the local colleges, whether it be like Fayetteville. Who else was in that CIAA conference? It's a lot of schools. Some of them are from Virginia and DC, and I think Bowie State is in that division, and just a bunch of schools from like the Atlantic coastal region coming down to Charlotte for a basketball tournament. It's a really nice. I think that's another tournament we could look into in the years coming. It's very good basketball. But yeah, I was 9 years old. It was just a great vibe, and from there, I was just like, wow, this is amazing. So when they host events, they're always good vibes. Always tend to have everything handled under control. So hopefully everything will be the same for this coming
It- It's crazy.
championship.
It's crazy that you speak of basketball and good vibes because, hey, we could get right into the WNBA with the champions being crowned back to back once again. The Las Vegas Aces. Congratulations to the ladies. If you was able to watch that game, it came down to the very end, to the last shot. Uh, Everyone counted out the Aces on that game. Uh, Even myself, I was a little bit. I was like, man, they're missing the point guard. So it's kind of crazy that you know, that they won and they had a chance to literally go back to back and they did it. And when a lot of people was against them, so congratulations to the Las Vegas Aces. With well, you fellas had a chance to catch that game or catch any of those games of the series?
Let me tell you, I caught the last shot. Actually, no, I didn't even catch the last shot. I caught the last minute. I'm sitting here, I'm flipping through ESPN. I got like the streaming app, so I'm like, I usually just have like a college soccer game on or just a La Liga game on in the background. And there was no real good soccer matches that I wanted to watch at the time. And I was like, okay, what's live right now? There was no college football on yet. So I was like, okay. And it said Aces versus Liberty. And I was like, oh, let me catch one of the games. And I turned to it, and it says they were up 2-1. And I was like, oh, okay, so this game kind of matters, but it looks like I already kind of heard about the Aces kind of just taking this one already. So I was like, okay, well, I did hear that the Liberty stole one. So I was like, okay, this will probably be a game that they'll win, and then the next game they'll win the championship. But then as soon as the shot didn't go, they were celebrating. I was like, oh, it must be over. I was like, oh, they must only go to 5. I was like, oh, this must be over. I was like, okay. And I actually missed the shot. I had turned away for like a few seconds. I was like, oh, okay, they got one more opportunity. Because I'm not thinking this is like to win the championship. I'm thinking, oh, this is just another game within the series. So I was like, oh, okay, it doesn't matter if I pay that much attention. It's just something on in the background. But I see them girls crying and on the floor. I'm like, you still got one more game? I'm like, oh, it's over. And I don't have the volume up because I don't listen to the commentators that much. So I'm also just like what's going on? So yeah, that was my experience. That's all I got to say for it. Other than that, didn't see a single game. I just saw highlights
Also,
or
game three, I
notices.
believe that was game three. The Liberty had a good team. Just like they they guards. Like I was hearing a lot of hype about their guard play and their point guard and shooting guard. They just didn't show up like how they supposed to. Their big man, the young lady, she was a force, but it seemed like she was the only one that was really contributing offensively, and she was contributing a lot on defense, and just going to like a long stretch of a series. That's hard to maintain if your other support pieces ain't coming through. So it's like they couldn't bring it together. So I just saw, Liberty. Every time they was getting a run, Liberty, the Aces just they hit a shot, they hit a three, them girls was coming every time they had an opportunity to put more points on the board. So they wanted it. They wanted it. I saw them Liberty women. They wanted it more than the Aces. The Aces they wanted more than Liberty. The Aces.
Yeah, it's definitely something I was like, I wasn't surprised when they, because I did watch last year when they won, and I was like, oh wow, they were just really. I forgot who they played. I think it was the team out of Phoenix. I can't remember, but it was very interesting team. I do like the Asia Wilson lady as well as the rest of that team. I can't remember their names off rip, but when I see their faces, I'm like, oh yeah, I've seen highlights of her. She's pretty solid. So yeah, I'm not surprised that they doubled back and got the two. And I was surprised a little bit that they said this is the first back to back champion. And I was like, what? And I used to think of, as a kid, I used to think about at least one of the players I remember the most was Candace Parker. I think I've said it in previous episodes about, I used to have her poster for some weird reason from like the SI Kids copy. They'd always send like a poster, and I had her poster up. So I thought she was like a dynasty type of player. But I was like, oh, I guess this is not something that is really common in the WNBA, which I like. I'm not a huge fan of dynasties unless it's my team. I like to see a new winner every year. So that's very interesting. So that kind of shows the changing of the WNBA and how now we have a team that's actually showing true dominance in terms of year by year. So who's to say? I honestly, I'm not too well versed in the WNBA, but I don't see anybody being able to beat them next year unless they draft. What's the young lady's name? That LSU, not Flage, but the other one, Angel Reese. Unless
Angel Reese.
but she'll be a rookie coming in that year. So it's like even then we don't know, and it all just depends on what team she goes to. And she's probably going to be a top pick.
You seeing a lot of
Say
coverage
again?
on her. See a lot of coverage on Angel Reese. They hyping her up like she gonna be one of the next ones.
Yeah. So we're gonna have to see if she can. It just depends because I don't really know how in the WNBA how is it different? Is it different for rookies? Because I know Asia Wilson, she's not. She hasn't been in the league that long, so maybe like 5 or 6 years. So I don't know if it's like.
Yep, 5 or 6 years
Yeah,
already.
because I
Back
think
to
that year in
two-time
Carolina she
WNBA
has like
champion,
it was like
rookie of the
2017.
year, NBA Finals MVP. Uh, man, she's literally in that conversation of the GOAT already. But she's literally accomplished more than a lot of women that have been in for 10 plus years. She's already did it within what 5 or 6 years.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is correct, not correct, but like to help the Aces, first team in WNBA to win back-to-back championships in the last 20. And the last person did it was 21 years ago. Last team did it
Okay.
21 years ago. So
Okay.
that's why it
That
was like
makes
so
sense.
important because they haven't seen a back-to-back champion in so long.
Yeah.
But within those games that they played, the Liberty, man, they just didn't show up. Their guard didn't show up. Their big man did, and the problem was, the Aces had way more options scoring wise. But with that being said, though, the Aces clearly were the most dominant team coming into the season, and no one expected anything else. But next year, I expect them to probably be back there next year, unless they lose a lot of pieces or important pieces. So I think congratulations goes out once again to Las Vegas Aces. But the Liberty, they might need to change up a little bit, but I see them, they'll be competing again next year.
What I believe Candace Parker, she on the Aces squad. Is that right now?
Yeah,
She's the first player to win three
multiple.
basically multiple NBA championships with three different teams. So
So it was the Sparks. I know
Sparks,
that.
Chicago. She went back home. She won
Uh,
one with the Sky. I want to say literally 2 years ago.
yeah, I'm about to say that might have been recent.
Yeah, she literally
Okay,
just won one 2 years ago with Chicago Sky,
and
and then she
now
just got to the Aces this year. So
gotcha.
yeah, she don't
And
got three
she been
chips.
playing a long time too.
Yeah, yeah.
Cause yeah, it's
But then again,
definitely got
once again, the women. They kind of their seasons are kind of shorter, and then also with
that is
that,
true.
you could literally be out for a whole year because you're pregnant. So it's like that happens. So she
Life,
could,
yeah.
yeah, it's just life. So she be out for. She probably been playing for a while now. About since we've been in what high school,
Elementary, yeah,
elementary, really.
elementary, bro. Like when I talk about the poster, that was 2007, 2008 time. So maybe that was when she first got in the league. But either way, one thing I will say about that too, because I was thinking, like, okay, their season ends the end of October. College basketball is not even going to be over until April. So I'm like, think about like in the NFL, season ends in February, and they draft February, March, April. Like they drafted 3 months later, and it feels like forever. NBA, they draft like a week after the finals, if that. Um, and then now you got the WNBA, MLB, they'll draft in the middle of the season. So all those three sports I just mentioned, they draft either within a week of this one draft. Oh, my bad. I'm stumbling my words. One drafts during the season, one drafts right after the season, and the other drafts a few months after. WNBA, you're going to be waiting November, December, January, February, March, April, 6 months. Because I'm pretty sure they don't draft until after college is over. So they're going to be waiting almost half a year to even figure out who's going to be at the next team. So how do you even approach that as a team who, let's just say, didn't make the playoffs? So let's just say your season ended earlier this month, or however long this playoffs lasted. Let's just say it ended in September. You gotta wait 6 to 7 months to even know who you're going to draft because college basketball season hasn't even started yet. So it's like, what do you even do in this off season? Like, you just
So the
how
thing
can
about
you?
that is you have a lot of players that go overseas. So you kind of have to you kind of have to play that window where like you have to work with the people that's on your team and be like, hey, I'll be playing overseas between here and Turkey. I'll be playing in Turkey for 6 months or for like 4 or 5 months. So you really don't know who's coming back to your team until you figure out what team they signed to.
That's
So
true
that's kind of
too. Yeah,
and because there's a lot of players that literally miss like the first 2 months of the season because they're literally playing across the
overlap.
sea.
Yeah,
Yeah, and it overlaps. So it's like the draft they kind of do. I want to say right when college ends, the season already kind of started. If I might be wrong. If I
yeah,
am,
they do. Yeah, they do because I do remember last year it was like, what was the sister's name? Aaliyah Boston. Like she
yeah,
got drafted. Then like a week later, the season started. I'm like that
yeah,
too. So it's like you wait so long to draft. So it's like they're the league that will draft right before the season. It's
yes,
like every league is different. Like I said, MLB, they'll draft in the middle of college baseball season. Like I remember watching college baseball and it already showed where the guy got drafted. I'm like, what's the point? Like, I'm
yeah,
sitting there like, why am
yeah.
I even playing? But I guess that's how baseball culture is. They still want to play,
They
for their
constantly
team.
going. It's a constantly going
Yeah.
season. So it's
Like
like
I
with
said,
WNBA,
NFL,
it's like you
three
kind of have that.
months.
You only have like a little small gap. Like you said, she
Yeah.
literally gets drafted next week. First game, let's go. Get ready
Yeah.
to rock and roll.
That's crazy. And then the NBA is the inverse. As soon as the season ends, they're drafting. So it's like
Yeah,
it's very different, very interesting how all the different leagues have their way of drafting. So
but
yeah,
but really talking about the NBA, the preseason really coming up to the end, and it's been a great showing. NBA wise, it's been a great showing for everybody, especially for the rookie, and in particular, Wembenyama. Wemby has been spectacular. He's been he's been what I thought he was going to be and what a lot of people thought he was going to be. But everybody kind of had this notion that he was going to be off because of, uh, I guess you could say his first game of the summer leagues Because if you watch that game, he looked like trash. He did. And I'm going to be honest with you. He looked lost. He looked like Bambi, like a deer in the headlights. He's just a long boy that's just out there. So he's gotten into the flow of the game, like I said before when we discussed it on past episodes. He's gotten to the flow of NBA. And I think that Warriors game showed what he could be. Because he literally, within a 1 minute span, I want to say he blocked Klay Thompson, and he dunks the ball on the other end, comes back down, blocks Andrew Wiggins, and that's when Lily goes down there and gets a foul or gets a 3-point shot. But literally within 1 minute that occurred from each other, back to back to back, all these plays happen. So you're like, bro, he's a cheat code. The man's long. He can shoot. He can dribble. He can get to the bucket. It's nothing really. The only thing that against Wembanyama now is his size, his weight, because he ain't gonna be getting down there and pause, pre-pause. He ain't gonna be able to get down there and bang with them boys. So I'm just gonna say he gonna be out there on the perimeter the majority of the time. And I saw the video of him doing the drill, like the perimeter drill, like recovery wise. He is pause. He's so long that it's crazy. The man covers so much ground. So he gets it done. He got the wingspan. He has the wingspan. It's crazy. Uh, but other than that, everybody else been spectacular. The Thunder look like they about to be making some noise. The Warriors we seen what the Chris Paul looking like. The experiment is going good so far. Like we said, it's all based off the injuries. The Lakers are looking good. I don't know about y'all, but I'm amped up for the NBA season. Crank up. I'm ready. Ain't nothing against football, but Mel, you're a football guy and I'm a basketball guy. So it's like I'm the way you was pumped about the NFL, I'm pumped about the NBA right now.
That's valid. That's valid. I'm pumped for the NBA.
What's your analysis on your Heat, your Miami Heat? Playboy Troy.
We look the same. Ain't nothing changed. We ain't get worse. We ain't got better. So it's like we right there that mid line. Um, I would say I wish we did get better, but I'm happy that we didn't get worse. So it's like we still gonna be sitting in that area where we gonna be. I would say the highest seed I can see us maybe sevens, maybe sevens.
Yeah. Like Najee was saying, I've been watching some of the little preseason games, and Wembley, he has the talent to be a superstar in this league. Well, I said that wrong. What's his correct me? Correct me. What was
Wemby.
Wemby?
I think he said
Wembley?
Wembley. I don't know. I wasn't listening that hard. Playboy is
Not
over here being word police.
butcher that. So I just went.
Hey, go ahead. Keep cooking.
I just went with the first name, but yeah, he basically could do everything under the sun. He like a more perimeter based Akumpo, Giannis. So that he
Yeah. I like that comparison.
he got
The way y'all were this.
it's there. Now what he do with that, that's up to both ethic. How long he got to get in that weight room. Got to put some weight on them bones. If you're gonna play post and get big man, you know. But he gonna be a lockdown perimeter defensive player. He got the wingspan. He gonna get a lot of steal, a lot of deflection, a lot of block. He gonna be disruptive on that side, and then he got like a KDS like jumper. Like he gonna get to his spot. He got the pull up. He got a nice little handle. So he gonna get to where he need to, and he definitely I feel like he playmaker. I ain't see that, so I ain't gonna speak on that. But I like what I see so far from these young guys coming in the league.
I like that comparison you made about him because when Najee was describing his sequence of a block, a bucket, and a foul, I was like, I literally remember hearing that about Giannis like a year or two ago. People were talking about how he could have those sequences like that, where that's what they were using to describe his dominance of a game because of how he can do so much within a 1 minute span. So it's a very similar thing to Giannis, but I think the difference is going to be Giannis wasn't drafted number 1, so he had time to develop his skills first and then worry about the quote on getting to NBA size. Because you look at the past 2 number top picks, well, Paolo was 1, but Chet was number 2 or 3, and Chet and Victor are both highly criticized about their size and if they'll be able to bang with the big boys' paws. So it's like it that's what comes with being a top pick and being of that stature.
When he got in the league.
Exactly. So it's like you got to develop your skill first and then come get your size. Because Giannis came in skinny, but then he bulked up as he just worked on his skill.
He got the same treatment when he came in the league from Kentucky. So I think that's like just the process, part of the process.
Yeah.
Like they gonna say that.
I think what I agree with you, Mel. I agree with you because Victor is that size, and because he is number 1, the pressure's gonna be on him. He needs to pick up weight right now. With Chet, right? It's kind of weird. It's weird to say that too, that he needs to pick up weight right now. Like it's gonna take time for him to develop that weight. Like Chet,
they're still like 22 years old. They're not even in their grown man bodies. Like you don't fully develop till you're like 25 anyway. So we got to take that into consideration.
100%. The problem is, when you're number 1, they want everything right now. We need it right now. So it's like with Chet, he literally he got hurt in preseason last year. So he literally missed his whole entire rookie year. He comes back. My man looked like a grown man. He'd been in the weight room. He hasn't had to travel around with OKC. He's been sitting there eating. He's been in the weight room. He got a beard now. The man looks like a grown man now. So it's like Victor, his growth just has to be shown publicly, basically, because he's going to, unless he gets hurt, or God forbid he does, he's going to have to grow in front of everybody's eyes, basically. That's as of right now, because the spotlight is on him. We don't put him to the pressure of the biggest number 1 pick since LeBron James, which is literally like that's unfair to him because 1, the league was completely different for LeBron James when he came in, and the league is now going to be tough for Victor because right now it looks like we're going back into the land of the big man. So where is Victor going to stack up against Jokic, Joel Embiid, Giannis Antetokounmpo? Where is he going to compare to them? Because all them guys have way more weight on them to them compared to Victor. Only thing Victor has against them right now is he has a finesse of a guard, and he's way taller than him. That's the only thing he has against him. Other than that, they can literally, whatever Victor could do, they can really do. Giannis can't shoot, okay, but Joel Embiid and Jokic can do that. Everybody else can do the same thing. So Victor's going to have to find his way of basically creating a hybrid lane for himself. That KD finesse mixed with the size and just strength of Giannis. If you combine that two, and Victor could grow that, man, he would probably be the best thing. If he could get the KD
it's
and
finding
together,
that. Yeah, I'm about to say finding a KD. That's tough. That's a lot to fit into one player. That's the thing. It's and 9 times out of 10, it usually leans to one's gonna be. I don't see it. I'm not saying it's not possible.
One will overpower the other.
One will overpower the other to the point where it's like, do we even like count that? I don't know. I'm not. Maybe I'm not wording it right, but I just don't think that that's something.
You have to think about it like this, right?
I can see happen.
When Giannis came in the league, he was super skinny, and he could actually shoot this. He actually could shoot the ball.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
He was doing all that. So all of a sudden, they're like, okay, we need you to put weight on. Once you put the weight on, your shoulders get big. When you come to shooting, and you shoot like this, your shoulders are there. They don't just disappear because you're shooting. And that's the truth of it. So it's like LeBron, right? He's not super long. He got muscle on him, but he doesn't have the same build as Giannis. Giannis has the broad shoulders. He's a big dude, so his shooting is gonna go down. KD, he's a skinny dude. He has a little bit of muscle, but he ain't super swole like Giannis. So he has that ability to still be able to handle the ball smoothly and shoot. Victor, only time could tell what side he's going to lean toward. I'm hoping he finds that sweet spot right there in the middle between both KD and Giannis. So that's the best bet if you want to talk about him being the best in that conversation, the best big man of all time. If he finds that sweet spot, because right now, if he leads towards KD, he'll probably be the most dominant shooter. As in, nobody gonna be able to stop him. Because how you gonna block that shot? How? He got the handles. But if he go towards that Giannis side, he'd probably be up there with Shaq. But Shaq couldn't shoot free throws and he couldn't shoot at all. So is he's gonna find this? I think he could find that way. He's gonna find his way, and he's gonna be the best. He's gonna be one of the best big men we've seen if he could stay healthy. And he got the help of Greg Popovich as his coach. So that's an extra bonus right there on top of it.
Yeah, with the coach being Pop, I think it'll lean more towards that balance approach that you're saying. Because I don't think Pop would try to make him. Because if you look at Pop's like previously players that he's kind of
His
like
resume.
coached up, yeah, his resume, everyone's a balanced player. Tim Duncan wasn't like, oh, he's only dominant on offense, he's only dominant on defense. Tim Duncan could do both. Tony Parker, he was a balanced point guard. Ginobili maybe was a shooter, but that's kind of what you wanted him for. That was his role, because he was like
And he was still
occasionally a
good on
sixth man.
defense.
Yeah, exactly. And then Kawhi Leonard, balanced guy who could give you 25, but could also shut you down. So I think also that plays a role into it, to where he's going to be developed with somebody that that kind of is going to take a more balanced approach and
like
not just
modern day two-way big man that could drop
yeah, definitely
and go
balanced.
get like 10 to 12 rebounds, 1 to 2 blocks, average a game, 2 steals a game, and his plus and minus gonna be crazy. Like probably like a +5 player on the point density.
Yeah, he's gonna be solid. He's gonna be solid. I can't wait to see it. Y'all got any other NBA? I haven't been too fond into like the preseason that much yet, but I'm definitely trying to watch some regular season games this year. Definitely. Last year I didn't. I probably watched maybe 5 collectively. So I'm gonna try to watch some preseason games, specifically the primetime ones, just in purpose of the podcast, so I can make sure I got my facts straight. Because I know y'all gonna come with them heavy opinions as the season progresses. So I'm gonna need to match that energy and not just have my facts based off of last year or just things of that nature. So I'm gonna try to watch some primetime games at the bare minimum, at least. I can't guarantee a Tuesday night. I like to have my random soccer game on Tuesday nights, but I'll definitely be trying to watch those TNT night games, the Friday night ones on ESPN, and maybe some Sundays or whatever. Any other NBA preseason things that you guys have been seeing this little season?
The Phoenix Suns. The experiment with the Phoenix Suns. KD, Bradley Beal, and Devin Booker. So far so good for right now. I'm not changing my stance on them. I'm not changing at all. They still got all the pressure on them. They have to go to the finals. They have to. There's no other choice for them. They have to make it to the final. But with that being said, still, I don't consider them the favorites, because you can see the cracks and you can see the weaknesses that they have with the fact that they don't have a point guard, the fact that they're Nurkic, he ain't a bad big man. Is he better than the Ayton? Yeah, I'd say better than Ayton. But compared to the big men that's in the West, he ain't stopping them. He ain't doing nothing against them, and he definitely ain't gonna score against them. So he's just really out there. But I think it was KD or Bradley Beal that said the only problem that they have now on that team is on the team that's defending them. You have to find a way to stop KD, Devin Booker, and Bradley Beal. And I hate to tell you, your third best defender is going to be guarding Bradley Beal, who literally averages like 30 points per game by himself. So what you think gonna happen when there's another guy there? 2 other guys there who actually could score just like him? Remains to be seen. Injuries occur a lot. especially when you talk about the players that's on that team. And we're gonna see how it goes. So it's up to the substitute teacher Frank Vogel to figure out how he's gonna work out with all of them.
Not the substitute teacher. Yeah, we'll definitely have to see how they get that together because they have potential, and like you said, they a lot of pressure on them to get that right. Yeah, it's gonna come down to Vogel. Excuse me. Excuse me, but yeah, it's gonna come down to Vogel and how he has his rotations, how he does things. Because I know he got a lot of criticism
all
in
the chips on
LA.
the table, they all in. It's champion plus.
Yeah,
Load.
and you got to win that. Yeah, it's all gonna be up to him. Any other teams
No.
that look good?
With the Denver gonna just be another, like they probably gonna finish top 4 in the West. The Mavs, I don't see them going the distance. Cause it's gonna be like I feel like until they get the chemistry between Kyrie and Luka, they probably gonna end up top 6.
Yeah, and they're complete. I won't say that you gotta have
I like
people
the
that
Kings to
are
be top 3 in the West, but they're young and they got a good head coach, so I'm liking them. As far as my team in Atlanta, we're gonna probably finish like probably out the playoff, probably 8 seed, 7 seed, at best, maybe 6. I'm gonna keep it low. I ain't gonna do too much. But yeah.
I could see Atlanta placing right there, possibly a play-in, but with the Mavericks, it's weird because you don't have to have guys be buddy, but Luca and Kyrie are complete polar opposites in terms of just people-wise. So we'll see how that goes. Like you said about building chemistry, yeah, it would have to be some on-the-court chemistry because off the court, I don't see them two kicking it.
Like
It's just
like I said, when they gave Kyrie that contract, they're not paying to win. They paying for ticket sales, man. You ain't about to
TV,
win with
yeah,
that team. Bro, it's
yeah,
literally Luca,
similar to the
Kyrie, and a
Cowboys.
bunch of bums. No offense. Just a bunch of bums on that team. It's literally just Luca and
I couldn't
Kyrie
name
and
nobody else.
maybe Tim Hardaway Jr. And
Oh,
he ain't that special either, because he literally just a dark skinned Josh Hart.
my God.
I,
Oh
I hate
my
to say
God.
it, but that's the truth. They not about to win no game. And if they do,
No,
they might sneak into the playoff. The play ends. They gonna sneak in
11
there.
seed.
Maybe. Like I said, if it the highest I see them is sneaking into the play. Because you really think Kyrie gonna play? How many things? We'll literally go ahead and start a betting table now. We can see how many. We'll put a little betting sheet out and
29.
see how many games he gonna play. Because he ain't playing more than 50 games.
29. I'll say 50, but then 29 are with Luca because Luca be having his little,
Luka be having
you
his
gotta
temper
account for
tantrum,
that. Yeah.
and I
I
like
wouldn't call
Luka,
him temper tantrum. The man be hurt. That's not a
bro.
temper
He
tantrum.
be hurt, and when he on the court, he throws a temper tantrum every call.
Oh
He
yeah,
worse.
yeah, of
He getting
course.
worse than LeBron.
Yeah. See, at least with LeBron, you kind
Now
of
he's starting to emulate that.
yeah. You gotta earn that. You gotta earn the right
You
to
want
be like,
treatment, and he
yo, where my foul?
get bounced out the playoffs every year. And like Najee said, like Playboy Troy said, I don't know who else on that team. I just know it's Kyrie and Luka, and if them boys can't figure out. And as far as playoffs, like I said, I think they could run. They're good. I feel like they're a good regular season team. But as far as the playoffs, first round, I don't like it. Even
Yeah, I could definitely
yeah,
see them winning them Friday night primetime games that I'm talking about watching. I'll definitely be watching. I'm like, damn, the Mavericks look good, but then I'll look down at the record and see 29 and 40, and I'll be like, never mind. But they'll be playing great because every time they play primetime, they'll ball out. Regular season, they'll ball out. Yeah, ticket sales, But then come playoff time, it's not about money no more. It's about winning. Nobody sits
even
there and says, "Oh, playoffs, that's gonna be it's gonna be good
Wanya,
money."
he want more money. Already a billionaire,
Exactly.
but he want more. So
Exactly. But all right, let's any other teams or that's pretty much everybody that looked decent. Okay. Solid. All right, let's move into the NFL. It was kind of starting to slow down a little bit, as the NFL usually does around this time. We're week 7, about almost halfway through. Not a huge scoring game in that first window. This was the Thursday night game, Jags and the Saints. Wasn't really nothing too crazy. Let's break down your team, Cooley. Falcons and the Bucks. Let's get into it. How do you feel
I'm gonna
about
do
that
a
win?
2-for-1. I got you. I must talk about the Falcons. Of course, I'm gonna do that. I left my Falcon hat in the other room. But before we talk about the Falcons, I want to talk about the Eagles. I want to talk about the Miami Dolphins, and I want to talk about how they was able to slow down the highest scoring offense in the league. I'm watching it. I'm like, yo, I'm catching flashbacks. I'm having PTSD. Jalen Carter just blowing up the line every time they snap the ball. Here he comes. He blowing up the line. He injured their lineman. They had to get a backup lineman for him. Off the play, he blew the whole play up. And I'm just like, man, the Eagles on top of you can't stop the brotherly shove. I'm like, they ran the brotherly shove like 4 or 5 times. And every fourth down they converted. And then I look, they got an 88% conversion rate.
Yeah, I saw that
That's
too.
90% money. That's
Yeah.
a layup. That's a free throw. It's like
Yeah.
goal line opportunities, crucial downs. They know how to capitalize on that. So like I was watching that game and that one in particular, like Eagles are serious. For you to do that, because everybody was high on the Dolphins and they didn't play bad, but Darius Slay came in, Jalen Carter, Sweat. Like I'm seeing names, I'm seeing like making big.
Reddick.
So
Hassan Reddick was nice. He had a hell of a game coming off the
I'm a
edge.
salute from right now. Y'all the favorites. Other than like in the East, like coming out the East, coming out the NFC, y'all the Super Bowl favorites. Y'all like it's stamped now because that was an impressive performance. But segue to that to another bird, them dirty birds. You know what I'm saying? Man, I just want to say it is amazing that we have a winning record with the quarterback that we have, and I just got it's the defense and the running game, and we have a lot of talent in a lot of places. Like the Falcons, we should have been 5-2, but 4-3. Going to like the weaker part of our schedule, I like where we at right now. So that's
What's the game that y'all should have won? You said should be 5-2, but you're 4-3. What's
we gave away the last game. We gave away that
the Washington Commanders?
We just gave it to them. We was like, we don't want to win today. Here you go, Washington. Here you go, Sam Howell. Just here you go. It's a layup. That's what we did.
Yeah.
The whole game. But as far as them crucial downs and executing in the goal line situation, Ritter like and the turnovers, Ritter just he needs more time to he right where Bryce Young is right now. Like he just needs more games, more experience, more time looking at those elite defenses, those different packages. Because right now, he's shaking off. He's getting better week to week, but it still has a lot to be desired. So that's why I'm at Falcons. The Buccaneers, Baker Mayfield, we shut him down. We got some pressure on the quarterback. The defense really showed out this game. So that's what I got.
Yeah, it was. I think I watch Red Zone on Sundays, and they were turning to the Falcons game a little bit, but every now and then they weren't. But overall, I'm not mad at it. I did see the Desmond Ritter play where he ran it in, but then like he slowed down, and that caused it to get fumbled in the end zone. So it's like little things that's like you got to pick that up. You got to remember, just finish the whole. Don't slow down like a track star. You don't slow down towards the end. You finish strong.
You say you're gonna take off. You got to commit.
Yeah, don't slow down thinking, I got the pylon. That's how you fumble.
And secure the ball. He having struggles, very big struggles with ball security in the air and with carrying the ball. So
Exactly.
We don't clean that up.
Exactly.
We gonna be first round bounce because we could beat the NFC. The NFC is very weak. Derek Carr playing like a bum. Baker Mayfield, he's Baker Mayfield, and Bryce Young, he's still young. He ain't there yet. So
Okay, yeah, that's true. Y'all could make it. Y'all could make it definitely.
1-0, man.
The Yeah, so far. The Bears without Justin Fields got it done. It was a pretty boring game, but Colts and the Browns. This one was exciting. This one went down to the last minute. I really thought the Colts would pull it out, but their defense couldn't stop the Browns, man. Deshaun didn't even play. And that's a whole different topic about what the hell is going on over there in Cleveland. But yeah, that's a very interesting situation going on over there. Let's see. Commanders and the Giants. Wasn't really much coming out of that game. Saquon got injured again, but then he came back, and I'm like, Saquon, how many times? Like, yeah, I get it. It's like I'm huge for guys getting their money, but running backs, I get it, and I get the reason why they say, "Oh, we want to get paid because we get injured so much." And then if you look from an owner perspective, well, I don't want to pay you because you get injured so much. So it's like they both arguing the same things, just using it in a different way. Because it's like, dude, the man. I was worried. I was sitting there like, oh, here they said something about his arm, and I was like, oh, here we go. But then I think he popped back up later in the game. So it's like these running backs, man. I just wish they could stay healthy.
That's why running backs aren't getting paid because the league is like, okay, he has a window, and once you cross the threshold,
exactly,
it's like you paying a lot of money. If you like Saquon Barkley, he one of the top 2 backs in the league, other than CMC, and he's struggling. Well, not right now, but for the most part of the season, he's been struggling with injury. So that's going to be a continued trend in the league for the utility of running backs and like how much they're going out. The league faster is, and they want it's a higher tax on your body because you got to catch, block, and you got to be an all down back, and you run between the tackles. It's a lot,
Facts. And they use and the players use the same argument the other way. So, Lions and the Ravens. For fantasy purposes, I was glad Justin Tucker got me some extra points, but I actually don't even want to talk about fantasy. You can see Najee over there grinning already. He got that dub on me, but I just was like, I, I, as a person that lives in Detroit, I like the way all the people, like, I even have a professor every week. She's happy. Like, I think she went to the Carolina Panthers game when they came to town. And she's always happy every week. She said, we're playing great. We're playing great. And I'm like, pump the brakes. Y'all still the Lions. And then I look at an example like that. 38-6. And don't get me wrong, the Ravens are an excellent team, but the Ravens have been they've been similar to Philly, where it's like they're getting by, and it's like the wins aren't really dominant. They haven't full. And then
let's say the real reason why the Ravens are doing it. Why the Ravens look like that. It ain't Lamar Jackson. It ain't. It's the people he throwing the ball to is making them look like that.
Yeah.
That's just putting it like that, because what's gonna happen is we see that they're skating by the game. But the blame is instantly gonna be put on Lamar Jackson. Just because, of the situation of, the contract talk this offseason and all this stuff, and they're gonna be like, well, now you see why they didn't want to pay him all this money. Da, da, da. No. He deserved that money. But that don't mean whatever leftover money you got, you go get some trash wide receiver, or like some wide receiver who can't catch the ball. Don't give me that madness about OBJ and all that stuff either, because OBJ, he should have been dad and sitting at the house for a long time ago. He should be sitting where we be sitting at on Sundays, on the couch looking at the game. He don't need to be there. Coming out there just like Mr. Beast.
They don't have they don't have an in prime every down target for him.
With the bust down Cartier, he not thinking about football. It's you get a wide receiver on the Ravens. It's the same thing when you get a point guard or a shooting guard, James Harden, on any NBA team. His main prerogative isn't he not focused on football. He focused on the lifestyle of what football gives him. You know what I'm saying? And he just ever since that injury, like when he was in LA, he gave LA like his all. Like he got them in a position. Like he helped elevate them to a position to get in that position to win that championship. And he caused
Mhm.
him, he older now and them nagging injuries. And it's just like Lamar Jackson pretty much went off, but he only contributed not that much to the offense. He had like 4 receptions, 35 yards. Like who they throwing it to?
Exactly. They
Like
don't have a number
they're
one
not he not
receiver.
throwing
The Zay Flowers
but he's
guy is
not
nice.
throwing it to Mike Evans. He's not throwing it to these guys,
He doesn't have a AJ Brown, a Devontae Adams. He doesn't have. He's throwing it to whoever
This
he's
game they
got. And
lost. The man dropped it in the end zone. Like Lamar,
mm,
he gonna
yeah, Mark Andrews did have a game too. Mark Andrews, his tight end did have a great game. I'll give him that too, and that definitely helps. But just in terms of having a number one receiver that he could throw to that can run the full route tree, I just don't see it because Zay Flowers is nice, but he's a smaller, kind of like the same similar play style to Hollywood Brown when he was there. So it's like he's going to be good for a deep shot when he's open. But other than that, it's just going to be a third down wide receiver. It's just going to be a possession type of guy. They don't have that there. And it could have been Odell, but Odell is not in that part of his career anymore. So, yeah, that's unfortunate for that. Hopefully, they'll get that. And it just always still feels awkward watching him in a Ravens uniform because it just feels like he should not be there. Like it just feels like they went through too much drama.
It's only
to
because
stay
he's
there.
that old head that don't supposed to be there. That's why. He ain't supposed to be there.
Lamar should have left, man. It's like, dude,
No.
it's watching you
I
there.
thought we were talking about OBJ. My bad.
No, I'm talking about Lamar. I just felt like he shouldn't have stayed. Like it just felt like it's like you just kind of did a lot. You guys had a lot of drama, and you just kind of worked it out. So to me, it just looks like an inevitable breakup at some point. It's like, okay, yeah, they got back together, but it's not gonna last that much long. I don't know. That's just how I see
toxic
it.
relationship that always you see them. They look so cute and all this stuff, and all of a sudden they be in the corner fighting. They go back and forth. And guess what? All the Ravens do, who's the man in the situation, is go buy his girl a new gift so she can be happy. Go buy a new watch, or buy a new car, give her a gift, something to just keep her quiet. Just
Come
say that.
playoff time,
The
when he
arguments come
realizes
right
his
back
gift,
up.
when he realizes his gift isn't the best gift,
Yeah,
he gonna be like,
he realizes the gift was literally just a handoff.
Runs
gift.
out. Yeah, his gift is gonna run out.
Yeah.
His gift doesn't last that long. And
When
then you look
when
at
she-
how these other teams that do win in the playoffs and do get to the Super Bowl, you'll realize that they had gifts that last long. The Ravens haven't given him a gift that's gonna last.
Oh no, it's a gift that definitely gonna get towed away while you sitting in the house. Don't worry, they ain't paid the lease.
Yeah, man, it's unfortunate. But yeah, I think the next team would be your team, Najee. A very interesting performance coming out of them. Yeah, here we go. We got the Bills and the Patriots, 29-25. Red Zone skipped to this game a little bit. The Red Zone yesterday was really all over the place. It felt like they were really just everywhere. I can't remember which game they were mostly attended to. They were really very focused on this game right here. They were really focused on the Browns and the Colts more than any game. But so I saw a little bit of it. Did you catch the game?
I was able to catch a little bit of it. I saw they was up. Not I wouldn't say big, but they was up and they had the lead. But it's the Patriots, and right now we ain't good. We not. Now, I'll be honest with you, we're not. We're not like we used to be. Our offensive we ain't that good. Defensive we ain't that good. But I was surprised that we was able to actually go 1-on-1 with the Bills and actually hang in there for a little bit. They had me scared until that last touchdown with not Gretzky, but our tight ends. We got like 30 goddamn tight ends. So
Gesicki,
Gesicki,
the dude
thank
from
you.
Miami. Yeah,
We got literally a whole squad of tight ends. Like telling one of my boys, we have a gaggle at each like wide receiver, running back, tight ends. For fantasy people, don't put no New England people in your lineup. Because there ain't no guarantee who's gonna go off that day. It's literally no guarantee. Because one minute you put Kevin Bourne in there, uh, Hunter Henry might go off. We might there might be Ezekiel Elliott game one day. Like it could literally be anybody's game. So don't put them in there. But they put up a fight and they stayed in the fight. They allowed the Bills to punch us back and then we fought back. So that's good. Shout out to DJ Rose. Bill finally got his 300. Right? We care so much about the records. We still losing right now, but as a New England fan, I'll take what I can get for this season so far.
Hey, that's 2 divisional wins.
Yeah, I know.
The
That's what I'm saying.
Jets
We'll take what we can get.
and the Bills. And 1 possession loss to Miami. So
that's what I'm saying.
Halfway through your divisional schedule, 2-1 could have easily been 3-0. Let's not sleep on them.
Hey, buddy, don't slumber.
We'll sleep. Yeah, put it on snooze.
We'll snooze. Yeah, we'll snooze. I'm gonna still sleep, snooze, but I'm gonna snooze a little bit.
Yeah, snooze. Give it 15 more minutes.
I'm still looking for. I'm looking at the draft. I ain't gonna lie, because I already know what my team gonna do. I already know what my team gonna do.
The draft.
We taking for draft picks. He said.
Well, who do you need though? What draft do you think? What's the number one thing you need right now?
A quarterback. They need a quarterback. They have a solid defense. I like their defense. They just got threes. They gon' Bill Belichick gonna coach up the defense. They're gonna be right. They're gonna have their schemes together by next year. Everything gonna be solid on that end. But they need, first of all, a top tier receiver, a capable quarterback, which this upcoming draft can't produce that, and they need a running back, somebody that can be that Robin to that Batman of a quarterback that whoever they draft in this year's coming up. So that's what I got.
I think y'all should be on the lookout for Drake May, that guy coming out of North Carolina. Then, because you're not going to place low enough. You're not going to place low enough to get Caleb Williams, and I don't think he would fit into your style anyway.
I think y'all could go with everybody else trying to force Caleb Williams in there. I'm not saying no. I agree with Cooley on some things. Quarterback number one option. We need a quarterback.
I think that's it. That's it. Receiver and running back wise, you guys are solid.
Receiver wise, that'll come as it goes. That'll come. But right now, we need a quarterback, and then I would say receiver maybe second after that. But we need to work on the offense because our problem is now, like running back wise, I'm not really going to harp on running backs like that because really we have a good running back core down there with Stevenson leaving the way, but like it's that 1-2 punch of wide receiver quarterback that we need to work on. Defense, we've been stockpiling on defensive players for the past few drafts, and because literally if you haven't noticed, we've been either drafting defensive players or like offensive linemen. That's literally all or guys in the line. So it's like that's all we've been working on. So we need to start working on quarterbacks and wide receivers. We need that. We need to start drafting. That's what we need. Defensively, I'm not worried about us. I'm not worried defensively. We can keep us in the game as much as we can. But it doesn't matter if the offense can't score. And that's a simple fact. We need to keep the defense off the field as long as possible so they can do what they need to do. But if the defense comes out there and do what they need to do and the offense can't do nothing, what's the purpose? So, like I said, with this game with the Bills, I'm happy that we got to that point where we needed a last-second touchdown. And it showed that we actually did it. Like, we actually could do that. So that kind of put like a little spark of positivity in there. But once again, we know as the Patriots, we know what we need. We know what we need. Is Bill gonna do that? Hey, now, I ain't gonna go against the Grandmaster. I ain't going against what he says. That's his thing. I ain't gonna go against him.
We'll have to see. Have to see. The thing that's crazy.
From here, heavily opinionated. Najee, the correspondent for the Patriots. Bill Belichick, you are the grandmaster. You have the knowledge, sir. So
Grandmaster Bill.
there you
That's
go.
his name.
There you
That's
go.
man, Grandmaster.
Oh, I don't
But
know the dude over not Darth Vader. I don't know. I forgot what Darth Vader name in Star Wars. I forgot what the name was. The Dark Lord,
Darth
or whatever
Vader.
you want to call it.
Oh,
The guy
Darth.
that's over. The
Yeah,
guy that's over all the little.
Sidious. Yeah, that's what they call it. Yeah, Darth Sidious. Yeah, they do call him Darth Sidious. Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's what
Real-
Bill is, man. He sit there in that hoodie.
Hey, he got the hoodie.
That's how you. First of all, you know he a menace to society when you get a hoodie that's soft. Like he got the sleeves cut off and he still got a t-shirt under. That you can't
Well,
mess
he
with a
like
man.
from
Like,
Tennessee. He like from Tennessee or something. He a country boy. So
you can't mess with a man
uh,
that does that. Especially when it
yeah.
doesn't look. It just looks like he did it himself. He did a DIY at the house. You don't trust a man like that.
Shelly,
You don't
no,
mess with a
Shelly
man like
He
did.
said,
His wife Shelly did.
for
Come
myself,
on, man.
I buy my own Patriots hoodie and do it myself.
Yeah, and they gave him a free one. He said, "No, I ordered one. Actually, no, I didn't order. Shelly went and got it for me." Yeah, I think you guys, if you guys place well in the draft, you guys might try to go get the May kid out of North Carolina, or there's another quarterback that I think could fit y'all system. I can't think of his name right now. I'll definitely do some research on it.
we should have kept that boy from Louisville.
Y'all still have him on practice squad, but he's not y'all style. I don't know why y'all picked him up.
We should have pulled him up.
We'll see. If we'll see about that. Because I don't see y'all actually drafting a QB unless y'all are that bad. Like if y'all aren't top 10, y'all not drafting a QB. So that's all I see. All right, let's move into the next one. We're almost done here pretty much. We're pretty much getting to the afternoon window already of games, and not a lot of them were interesting. The Cardinals and the Seahawks, I wasn't too fond of it. It wasn't really interesting to me. Rams and the Steelers, I thought the Rams was going to pull this one out at home, but looking at how the Steelers, they say the Rams is like their fan base is really low, and they always get like, I think when the Cowboys played there a few weeks ago, no, I think that was the Chargers when they played over there. Either way, when the Cowboys ever have a team in LA, they always overcrowd the stadium. And I think it just goes for both LA teams, the Chargers and the Rams. The fan bases always get outnumbered in their own at SoFi. It's weird because I was looking at the game like, look at all these Steeler fans out here. But I remember my few
But
years in
everybody
California.
knows the Steelers are the home team.
The
That's
Lakers.
the team. They're like the Lakers because that's the home of all like the old black people. That's
Yeah,
the
I
old
was about
black
to say
team.
it was a whole
My
bunch
pops is a
of
Steelers
like,
fan and a Lakers fan. Just saying.
yeah. Going my few years in California, it was either Cowboys, Raiders, or Steelers that I would see, especially like among African American and Hispanic culture. Those were the three teams. And then when you go to the more Caucasian communities, you were going to see the local teams like the Rams and the Chargers, and maybe some of them were Raiders fans.
I'm about to say, don't forget, you got the Raiders and the 49ers, man.
Oh yeah, 49ers too. Well, my part of California. My part of California, none of those. Yeah, maybe y'all part, the Bay up there where y'all stay. Yeah, that. But in the central and southern parts, we wasn't catching a lot of 49ers fans around there.
Nah, it's a lot of 49er fans in the South. It's a lot of them. It's just as many Cowboys fans. It's just as many 49ers fans. They go just as hard. Cowboys, the Steelers, and Oakland. Well, the Raiders when they was in Oakland and when they was in LA. Like
yeah, they definitely ride for the Steelers. But yeah, they got that game done. Shout out to Tomlin, man, keeping it crazy over there. And it's crazy because a lot of people talk about, Bill Belichick, how long can he keep a job? How long can he keep a job? The man won a Super Bowl 4 years ago. Mike Tomlin won a Super Bowl in 15 years, and he still got a job. So I'm like, but I ain't gonna say nothing because if a brother keep a job, I ain't mad at that. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like,
he ain't won one in 15 years, but they also ain't had a losing record either. While this was all
going on. The Patriots last year was their first losing record. Even the year y'all made the playoffs without Brady, he was still getting ridiculed. So,
but you gotta see. Look at this, man. Only people that
I'm not against it. I'm just saying I'm surprised.
No, I'm just saying the only people that's calling for Bill Belichick to lose the job is those who tired of Bill Belichick being around. That's being honest. If you really want to be serious about it, the only people that be like, Bill need to lose his job. Bill need to lose his job. Bill about to lose his job are those who just known that Bill wins all the time. So like the time that he finally started losing, it's like bro. First of all, before Ben was even winning, he was losing. So like, bro,
We
you've been around and been born like myself. I've only known Bill to be a winner. But guess
yeah.
what? It's sports. You win, you lose. So stop. Like, bro, we literally just got back. The Patriots just got back being back because they was bad before. They started winning Super Bowls. We just got back being bad. Uh, give the brother some time. Give Bill some time.
Yeah,
It's just like
and you know, it's
Popovich.
also it's dealing with a personality. I can deal with your personality if we're winning, but now that we're losing, I don't want to deal with your personality anymore. As with Mike Tomlin, his personality always has been great, so it's okay for you to lose a little bit because I like you as a person. But if I don't like you as a person and you start losing, oh yeah, I definitely want you out of here. So that's
That's
understandable because nobody liked Bill Belichick's personality, even when
come
they were
a
winning.
lot of that come from the fans, like not understanding like teams going through cycles, like eras get swapped, like players retire, younger players come in the league. It's a cycle, so teams go through cycles where they're up, and some teams, they don't have a coach or they don't have a identity to where they could make that pivot, become a playoff team, eventually win a championship. To Bill Belichick, this is just another day at the office, man. He know that his team is in that down cycle right now, so they got to recruit. They got to get that, that back. But just fans overreacting.
Yeah, definitely. Yes, we'll see. We'll just have to see how things play out with him. Um, Chargers and the Chiefs. Fantasy purposes, I wanted the Chargers to go off. I'm not a huge fan of Justin Herbert, but I feel like he's a little overrated. But fantasy purposes, he puts up 300 yards a game. But this game, he was a little bit of a shell of himself. And same for Eckler. And I was like, okay, it is what it is. The Chiefs are going to get the chief calls. The Chiefs are going to get their things. They're going to get it done. Taylor
Oh, don't
Swift
do
is
that.
back. No, no. Oh, hey.
No, don't do
First
that.
of all, I'm doing this because I got my own thing, and maybe it's not me. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you right here. When Tony Romo first started commentating, I liked him, but it's like, does this man have to do every Chiefs game? Like, it feels like every time the Chiefs have a game, I gotta hear Tony Romo. And Tony Romo, I feel like he has never criticized the Chiefs. And even when he criticizes them,
Well,
it's like
that's kind of like with the Warriors, basketball. Like when you used to watch Warriors games, all you hear is Mark Jackson every single time. He
I
was
don't want to hear that. Yeah, like I don't.
Mark Jackson and Jeff Van Gundy was literally on every Warriors game. And which at that point I was like, oh, I like that commentary duo. But I'm like, man, these boys only work Warriors games. They really don't be working nobody really else games.
Yeah, it's
But Tony
annoying.
Romo do be working only Chiefs games. To be honest.
It's mad annoying because it, and like I said, I don't listen to commentators, but sometimes I have the volume up. So whenever I do turn it up, all I hear is, "Well, Jim, you know how they do this? Well, Jim, yeah, they're gonna get that call, Jim. Yeah, that's just not no." And Mahomes is so good. It's like, God damn, bro. Like, it makes me look at the game differently from the eyes of, dang, is it just set up? But they just
No, I think
they're
it's
gonna
only
get what they
because
get.
he lives in that area. I think that's really what it is. Because
Yeah,
they've started doing it where it's like a lot of commentators that live in a certain area stays in that certain region. So like just like I said with Mark Jackson, right? He literally works majority of the Warriors game. Well, because the Warriors are always on TV. But he also works like the Lakers games. He works all the West Coast games because he lives over here in the West Coast. You
yeah.
don't really see him ever on the Brooklyn Nets games or like an East Coast game. So it's basically based off that region. So that's really the only reason you hear
That's
Tony
valid.
Romo on the Chiefs games because he lives in
Well,
that region, and it's the fact that the Chiefs are always on TV. So he's like in who does Tony work for? It's not
it's
ESPN,
CBS. It's more of a
CBS.
CBS thing.
Yeah,
It's more of
he
a
CBS based on
AFC
what
thing
area he's at.
because, and actually, it's not even an ABC thing, CBS thing because when Brady was playing, because the NFC South usually is Fox. Like the Atlanta Falcons game was always on Fox. Who was the other team? Atlanta Falcons, Carolina Panthers were always on Fox, and so were the Buccaneers. But Tom Brady gets over there, and now Buccaneers games are on CBS. And Tony Romo was doing, because that's what my other point was. Tony Romo was always on the Buccaneers games when he was over there for those 3 years,
Quarterback,
and
so
then
all
now
the
it's
premier
becoming
like quarterback matchup, quarterback
that's what it is.
playing, like
Yeah.
he gonna comment on it because he's gonna know how to break down that game from their perspective.
Yeah, because he's done a few Cincinnati games too.
Pat Mahomes, that's what he coming there to do.
Yeah, and he even did some Joe Burrow games too as well. I've heard him. What's crazy is I ain't hear him do no Cowboy games, so that should say something about the quarterback over there. Because it's like, yeah, of all teams, they should have him talking Dallas, but he's done a few. But then also the Cowboys don't really play CBS games; they're really kind of like in tune with Fox. But either way, they've had a few CBS games, and Tony
Hey, you
Romo
better
won't be
stop
there.
for Platinum P come flying up in here, man. You better stop.
No,
You know,
hey, we just talked about Rose 18, and I had it. They on a bye week right now, so you know what? Cowboys got a bye week. Let me stop
I
talking
didn't
about
say
them.
nothing about the Cowboys this week. So when you come back, all that extra energy, you could keep it where you was.
Yeah, and I'm fueling the narrative that Cowboys live in Eagles fans rent free
I got
because
the
they're
I got the
literally
cowboy
on bye
blue on.
week, and I'm
Don't come
talking
at me.
about them.
Don't come at
So
me. I got the blue
I
on
gotta
today.
stop. I gotta stop. They're on bye week. I shouldn't even be talking about them. But yeah, Chiefs and the Chargers though. I thought the Chargers would have it a little bit because that 17 points came in the first half. They didn't score the entire second half, so I thought it was going to be a more entertaining game. Packers and the Browns.
Shout out to Pat Mahomes. 70 points in fantasy. Thank you, dog.
Oh my
Keep
lord,
on
that's
doing what you're
also what
doing.
pissed me off.
Swifties, I'm with
That's
you,
what
y'all.
pissed me off too.
Swifties, baby. I'm a Swifty now. Come on. Keep
Oh
throwing
my
it,
lord.
Pat. Hey, NFL,
Oh my
keep
lord.
promoting Taylor Swift. I don't know what you got to do with football, but let's go ahead and just keep promoting it too. Come on.
I hope I don't got nothing to say about that. Packers and the Broncos. Thought the Broncos was gonna choke. I'm gonna be honest with you, but Jordan Love just couldn't get it done. That's all I saw. The Broncos could have easily lost this game. This was like because
This
of an
Jordan
extra
Love
point.
second year, right?
No, first year starting. Aaron Rodgers was there last year.
How long he been there?
No, this I think they drafted him in the pandemic draft. So the year Joe Burrow got drafted.
Okay.
So this is year 4.
But this is first year as a starter, right? Correct?
Yeah, first year.
Like he just got his first time to play.
Yeah, first regular season. He played like one game last year where Aaron Rodgers was like had that toe injury or something like that.
Yeah.
So, but this is first. Yeah, this is first season.
Technically, it's first year. Okay, then. I'm gonna chalk it up to that because in my head, that's kind of how I've been seeing Jordan Love, and I put him in. Really, to be honest with you, I've been putting him in that same category with CJ. Also with I can't think of the quarterback in Carolina. I can't think of his name. But
Bryce Young.
Yeah, Bryce Young. I've been putting him in that same pool together. All three of them were together because it's like, to me, I'm like, man, they're rookies. They're gonna do rookie mistakes. They're new to the spotlight. So the Denver Broncos are trash. We all know that. We all know they're trash. But guess what? When you play against a rookie, I expect you to beat them. I expect Russell Wilson to beat them. I expect Sean Payton to beat them. So, I mean, hey, next year it probably won't be the same thing though.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll have to see about that. I don't know. What are they now? 2-5 or 3-4? I can't remember. Either way, it's still not looking good. It was an ugly win, but they got it done. And hey, they did. A win is a win. Non-conference win, non-divisional, but hey, win is a win. It helps. Then one more game we'll get through, and then we'll get our prediction for tonight's Monday night matchup. I know it's going down over there in the Bay. Well, no, I think it's at Minnesota, but I know over there people going to be definitely watching and tuned in. But we got to talk about my Eagles. Cooley brought it up a little bit. Oh Lord, what's he about to go, bro? He's about to pull out something. Pause. I know Cooley had brought up my Eagles a little bit earlier, and I wanted to talk a little bit about that. Man, Jalen Hurts, he's back. He's officially back and that's one thing a lot of people talked about, like, oh, he's not having the same success. Okay, there it is. Okay, he's still got is that the tag still on there, or is that just that's just the logo, the new era?
Yay area!
Oh Lord!
Yay area!
I'm okay with him. I'm okay with him. They'll probably definitely win tonight.
We getting hypey. Uh-oh. Don't start us. Stand up. Where E40 at? Ooh.
Well, 40 water. I think I seen him at the gas station in Richmond. Yeah.
Y'all are crazy, man. Hey, I ain't mad at it. But yeah, back to my Eagles. They a lot of people were saying like, oh, we want to see the Jalen Hurts from last year. You saw it last night. That was literally him last year, minus maybe that interception because he did have a fumbling problem last year. So and we saw it in the Super Bowl last year as well. So other than that, it's not like the man was throwing 400 yards. Like the man threw for 279. I was like, that's still solid. Maybe his running. Hold on. Let me get through this last point. His stupid like this class is so like, oh teacher, you just speak up. But all right, whatever. So his running is definitely different. Like I saw, he just be sliding, but I prefer that because with the tush push, you still get your rushing touchdowns and you still get a few yards every time we do that. I'd rather have you completely not scramble. He did get a little bit active yesterday.
You said the push.
What?
That's what we
the
call
tush
it?
Push.
Who called
it? That's what the brotherly shove, tush push, whichever one. It's whichever one. It don't matter. Hey, this is my team. I get to call it what I want to call it. It's the brotherly shove or the yeah. I had to get Philly on you, bull. I had to get. He said, "What do you call it? You know what it is. You still know what's going on over here, man." I would shout out the area code, but I don't even know the area code. No, you don't know the area code in Boston or Foxborough. You don't even know.
I ain't trying to.
Exactly.
I'm good.
Yeah. I know Cooley. I know you know the ATL code. Everybody know that one. But yeah, I Eagles fans come at me. Fellow Eagles fans come at me. I don't know the area code, but anywho, back to the game.
That is the game is right. Okay.
Jalen Hurts is back though, man. That was a hell of a performance. He still did what needed to be done. Shout out to AJ Brown. Went for over $125 doing his thing, and we got shout out to the Dirty Birds. We got Julio on the squad. He had his nice one catch, but but coming in off Tuesday, we just signed you on Tuesday. You already making a nice grab.
They was like, man, why you still got that Julio jersey? Yo, you want me to go?
Nah, keep that. Yeah, definitely keep that. But yeah, shout out to Julio. Got his one catch in there in the first quarter. And I was wondering. I was like, okay, he signed on Tuesday. Are we going to play him? And then they said, yeah, we'll play him. I'm like, all right, how long? Because we don't want to just mess up the flow. But it was a first half thing, kind of see how he felt. And I think after that we didn't see him. So, but I think throughout the rest of the season we'll see him some more.
Another Odell
shout out to him. But no. This is different though. This is different. See, the Ravens brought in Odell to actually change the game. We brought in Julio because A.J. Brown's best season was that first year that Julio was there. Because A.J. Brown he was always solid coming in, but his best year was his last year at Tennessee, at least from my eyes. So his best year was his last year, and that was the year Julio was there. So Julio kind of definitely helped him.
You know, when Julio was in his prime in Atlanta, A.J. Brown was just entering the league, and they played a game. Atlanta played Tennessee in Atlanta back in like 2017, 2018. And, they built a rapport, a relationship, like off the field. So I'm pretty sure, like, they wanted some depth at the wide receiver position. And I'm pretty sure A.J. Brown made a phone call and was like, hey, yo, my man's get him in the dough. And they had that relationship also in Tennessee. So it's you see the trend, you see what's going on. So, like, it's not, for me, it's not shocking because I know the backstory. So.
Yeah, I do too. And that builds because they already said AJ and Jalen have a great relationship. So you got a great quarterback wide receiver relationship. Now you need, because there was a lot of speculation about AJ being unhappy, things of that nature. And it's like, okay, but now the front office is like, okay, maybe, he might be a little bit uneasy. So let's bring in maybe one of his guys. And I might be digging too deep into it, but hey, they also brought in a receiver to, because sometimes receivers are divas. So even if they have a great relationship with a quarterback, look at Tyreek and Pat, they'll still dip. Tyreek still dipped because he was like, man, I just don't want to be here no more. So they, it's front office stuff more than it is the quarterback relationship. So it's like, okay, AJ and Jalen might have a great relationship, but what's our relationship with AJ? So let's bring in a guy who helped develop him during his best season, or who was there for him during his best season in Tennessee, and he kind of emulates, because they have very similar play styles. So I like the good move by Howie to bring him in. Yeah, great game by Devontae too. He didn't have a touchdown, but he had good clutch catches that were much needed. The running game wasn't too crazy. DeAndre Swift did his thing though. He did his
They
thing.
don't want to let my boy
Defense
shine, man. They
amazing.
don't want to give him no shine. They keep giving the ball to Gainwell. He'll get 2
Yeah,
yards of play.
yeah,
Like, what are you doing? Like, they don't want him to
yeah.
do nothing.
Gainwell
Press the
was.
ball out the backfield. Do
I
that
didn't
well.
get it. I felt like we could have gave Boston Scott some touches instead of Gainwell. But yeah, it is what it is. Every game's gonna be different. We're not even halfway through yet, and we got all the running backs that we still haven't used. So we'll see how that goes. Defensively, I liked Hassan Reddick. The man was balling, man. He was just coming off the edge, pause, and just really getting to Tua, and just the outside run game, stopping that, getting at Mostert, because Mostert is quick. He crazy fast. But Reddick was getting there. Third quarter, Mostert started to get a couple of bursts. But other than that, we were still able to get there to him. And what was the other game? Sorry, I hear any background noise, a lawnmower outside. But who else on the defense? Oh, Sweat did his thing. Jalen Carter, of course. Davis, Fletcher Cox, the whole defensive line, just amazing. Nolan Smith had a nice sack, I believe. Rookie out of Georgia too. And then defensively in the secondary, who I've been a little bit worried about, the safety showed up. We didn't have Terrell. I think we didn't have Blankenship. He was injured. And the Terrell Edmonds, I just saw like 30 minutes ago, he just got traded to Tennessee for Kevin Byard, or that safety over there. So that's a good addition to our secondary, Kevin Byard. He was really great a few years ago. He's been a little quiet past year or two, but I think that's a nice trade for us. And then big play Slay. He showed up, and I was just thinking, I'm like, come on, Slay, you getting cooked by Tyreek? Next thing you know, he pops up with an interception that kind of seals the deal for us. So shout out to big play Slay, Georgia boy, straight out of Brunswick. I'm always going to rock with him. And yeah, that was pretty much that game, man. Shout out to the Eagles. We kind of back. I'm not going to lie to you. Like she was saying when I was talking about the calls, 10 penalties for Miami, 0 for us. A little bit suspicious. And a lot of people look at the
be
Patterson.
honest. It's just really, so from what I'm seeing is the Chiefs and y'all, they're missing a lot of calls for both of y'all. And it's like, man, and it's not because, to me, I'm not one of those like conspiracy theory kind of people, but I'm like, man, but if y'all trying to get them to the Super Bowl, go ahead and say it.
Just say it.
Just go ahead and
say that.
Because like, bro,
yeah, and I don't like that. I don't like that.
And that's gonna be the cloud over that whole entire Super Bowl if y'all do go back. Both of y'all go back.
I don't care about that. That could be the cloud, but I don't like it because all it takes is one ref to say I'm not doing that, and then we lose a game because we're not playing well. See, the thing about the Chiefs is sometimes the calls be like, oh, why you give the Chiefs that call, or why didn't you call that? Sometimes it don't matter because they just played so well. That's the difference between it too. If I can tell you only won because of your calls, I'm gonna be worried about you. I'm gonna be worried about Philly if we're only winning games because of calls.
Because I said that because y'all had like 100% flagrant holding. There's a bunch of flagrant holding calls where I'm like,
yeah,
like they're not getting called one bit, and I'm like, yo, if this was any other team and they had that same motion or did the same thing, bro, we would have had a
Oh, you talking about the false start?
No, the holding call. There was like 5 of them.
Oh, well, the holding calls, I don't really... Offensive line...
They gave the ball to DeAndre Swift. I'm talking about the offensive lineman hit him with one of these.
Yeah, I did see what you're talking about. Yeah.
And no call. I'm like, y'all just threw the flag.
Well, those happen almost every other play. I'm not really...
Like this,
I don't really press over those.
They threw the flag. Hold it. Wiped away a touchdown. They did. And then they wiped away. Hey, man.
They wiped away when Bradbury swiped on 4th and 3 at Buddy number 11 for Miami. They swiped at his face mask. But then, and I was like, dang, they should have called that. That should be a first down, and they could easily just get their touchdown right here. But then 2 plays later, Jalen throws the pick six. So I'm like, okay, they get it back. But then after that is when I was like, okay, that now. But either way, the holding calls, I'm not too worried about. One thing, because I feel like those are hit or miss, no matter what. You can go to any NFL game. No, I'm telling you, you can go to any NFL game. That happens almost every play. Holding happens. Holding on the offensive line happens all the time.
Not
so
when
that
the
is
man
just going to
down
be
with a clothesline. That's you got to throw the flag. There's no excuse.
Yeah, you do have to go to flag. You do have to throw the flag. But I'm saying from an overall perspective, when it comes to holding on the offensive line, I don't really sit there and try to debate it because they're never going to get those calls right. Because if they did that for every call, even if it's blatant, and it sounds crazy, but it's like they're not going to call it every single time. Even if it's blatant, they're not going to. And it's not just a Chiefs or an Eagles thing. We can look at every game yesterday and look at a bunch of missed holding calls. They're always going to be a holding call, no matter what.
I agree with you on that. And I say that because when I do referee, like when kids travel, you can't call every single travel.
Yeah, you
can't call everything. But like, you don't go to a point where it's like one whole team is literally traveling every time, and you just don't say nothing. You don't. That's what you don't do. That's so I'm like,
yeah, that's what I
with
don't
the Eagles.
like.
It's like, and y'all played great. Y'all played 100% great. I'm not gonna take that away from y'all. But 0 penalties to 10. That's like if I sit there at the end of the half when one team has 8 fouls to maybe 1 or 2. So you tell me that team just never fouled at all. You tell me
we had two.
Like
we actually had 2 penalties, but both of them were offset. We had 2 of them that both of them were offset. One was one during the brotherly shove. Both of us was lined up differently. I mean, both of us was lined up at the here's the football offensive. Here's the football right here. Offensive line had his hand like right here, and then Miami had his hand like right here. So it's like both of us were lined up. So they offset, redid it, and got the 4th and 1. And then another one was when Jalen Carter had got into it with the offensive line. They both kind of threw some jabs at it, and then Jalen flopped a little bit to kind of sell the flag. But he had also kind of mushed Buddy in the face too a little bit. So it's like we did have 2 penalties that could have been there, but they were offset because Miami was doing the same thing.
Passer call on Jalen after the man pulled up. He pulled up, did one of these. This man Jalen go fall and they throw the flag.
Yeah. But what about that? What about that roughing the passer he took when he launched that thing to AJ, boy? That deep ball pause at the end. That one could have been roughing, but it was like, bro, we just got a 50-yard game. The ref probably was like, okay, because the refs now they doing this oh, he dropped it. Okay, there's flag. Oh, he caught it. Okay, we don't need to. They're literally doing it. I'm seeing them do it. They did it a few weeks ago with the Jets and the Chiefs, where it was Mahomes threw it, and then he was like, he just held him a few yards ago. Oh, he intercepted it? Yeah. It's they're doing that a little bit. So, that's just a whole different conversation about that. But overall, minus the huge gap between penalties.
There's levels. Miami not there yet. It's levels to this.
Yeah. Tua, as fast as they were, we didn't allow Tua to move around. Tua got no scramble yards. And I think we held them to negative rushing yards in the first half.
Y'all defensive line y'all control the line of scrimmage, so.
Secondary, we let Tyreek got his 2 touchdowns. So, Tyreek did his thing, but if Tua couldn't get that ball out, it was like we had him. We had him on lock, so, and we shut the run game down for the most part. So
shout out to Tyreek and shout out to Patrick Mahomes. I appreciate y'all. Thank you in fantasy. Thank y'all both.
Justin Jefferson get off IR, Devon A-Chain get off IR, and that's all I asked for. Once those 2 get back, I'm back, baby. But right now it's going to be a little sluggish for me on fantasy. But y'all, that's pretty much it. Let's just go into a prediction for tonight's game, and we can get up out of here. 49ers and the Vikings. Who y'all got? I think we all know. Yeah, Niners gonna catch that dub, man. I ain't mad at it. Brock Purdy. This is Brock Purdy's true test. This is his first loss. After that, last week was his first loss ever.
Hey, I
This
just
is a
want you
true
to know
test to
this.
see if
Look,
he bounces back.
you see how my fantasy going, right?
We don't need to
No, no,
talk
no,
about it.
no.
We
I'm gonna
talked
just
about
tell you how.
we talked about your points
Hold
today,
on,
man.
hold on, hold on. I'm gonna say I was 5-0, right? Going into the 6th week, 49ers lose, then I lose. I win this week. You know what time it is. Ain't no real challenge. It ain't Justin Jefferson ain't playing either. We ain't worried about it. Gay
Oh yeah, he's not. Yeah.
area,
This game over. Yeah, this game over. I forgot he's not playing. I literally just said I
gay
need Justin Jefferson to come back,
area.
and now the question
Jesus
about
Christ had
predictions
dreads,
is
so shake 'em. I ain't got none, but I plan on growing some.
growing some. Oh Lord, too much, too bait out.
I will say this
These guys
though.
crazy,
I
man.
will say this, man. I'm rooting for T.J. Hawkinson. Give him the ball, man. It was yesterday was National Tight End Day. Yesterday was National Tight End Day.
Shout out to Dallas Goddard. I didn't even
Keep me
give Dallas
alive,
Goddard his credit. He
baby.
carried.
Just keep me alive.
Well, let me let's take a quick look real quick. We got a few more minutes to spare. Let's take a quick look at the fantasy. See how things are going over here. Let me get the share screen. Let's see. My team. See, as you can see right here, your boy. We'll go to Game Center. I like to look at that view. There's no way I catch up to this 121 to 134. I'm still right here sitting at number 2. I don't think I'll lose my spot. I think I'll still be at number 2, and that's okay. Yeah, that right there, you can't stop that. And then with this being questionable and Ayuk always having some catches, I don't think the Niners defense is going to put up enough points to even catch up to the 134 itself, plus whatever he adds on tonight. So, this is what I was talking about yesterday. Eckler, what the hell? I needed him to show up. Cooper Kupp needed you to show up. Last week, first game back, you showed up for me. Kyle Pitts, he's still averaging me 8 yards. I don't have anybody else to replace him. I'm
Go
okay
look
with
at my
it.
bench real quick. Go look at my bench real quick.
I'm getting there. I'm getting to the bench. And yeah, Olave, he did what he needed to do until my other weapons get back. Wilson had to buy. Jefferson and A-Chain both on IR right now. Other than that, I have a really good fantasy squad. It's just unfortunate buys and IRs this week and just a slow week. Then here on the bench, oh my Lord. Oh, okay, well, that's your quarterback. That don't matter. Oh, Nakua, you sat him. Oh, Lord. You sat Nakua. That would have been nice. And DJ Moore, solid.
Because Cooper Kupp took his points last week, so I was like, I don't think I could. I see where the writing's on the wall at. Same with like Zach Moss when it comes to Jonathan Taylor. It's kind of the
Oh
writing
yeah,
on the
yeah,
wall.
yeah, yeah.
So it's kind of like
Where was Zach Moss? Oh yeah, he started off pretty hot because, like I said, if Red Zone kept this game on for a long time, and yeah, he started off hot. I thought he was going to have some points. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Keenan Allen, he don't be doing nothing. I'd be praying Justin. I was praying yesterday he didn't throw to him. I was like, just throw to everybody but him. Throw to Eckler. Check it down. He didn't even check it down to Eckler that much. I'm like, come on now. That's where Eckler gets his points. But let's move into over here. Kool-Aid versus Rouse. Ooh, so close. So close. Kenneth started off 0-4. The man is on a 2-win streak. He's creeping, man. I'm proud of him.
Well, shout out to the refs and shout out to the Eagles for taking away some touchdowns from Tua.
Oh, that's why you pissed off about our holding calls. You pissed off because Tua ain't get what he could have got for you.
Yeah, they was taking points off the board and y'all was doing the same thing.
Ooh, the Bills. Dang, they got a sack and a fumble, but them 29 points ain't help.
So
Sheesh. Hopkins, I think they're putting up 22 points. Kamara did his thing. Okay. Shout out to Kamara. Yeah, you need Hopkinson to pop up. How much you down? Ooh, you're down 24? Okay. That's a hell of a game. Damn, Devontae couldn't get loose. And like Swift had Barkley did his thing though for you. Your bench. Oh, you got a lot of buys. Everybody gone this week. And then Taylor, yeah, it's just. And shout out to Rose, man. I think he got Devontae Smith. How did Smith do yesterday? Yeah, 8 points. Yeah, he only had like 49 yards. So yeah, I did see he left Lamar on the bench.
Started Jeff Goff over Lamar Jackson.
That was so stupid. See, and they're going head to head. They're going falling into the hype, man. Falling into the hype of Detroit. Just relax a little bit. And other than that, yeah, Mostert, yeah, we shut him down. Walker is going to get his good solid points. Walker's always going to be consistent for him. Same for Diggs, and Myers is popping up. Najee, I don't know what y'all did with him, but he is balling. He's playing better than Devontae this season, honestly, in terms of just like
We gave
impact for the Raiders.
the contract he asked for. We decided that Juju was better for it.
Oh, yeah, we'll see.
It
Travis
wasn't.
Kelce got his
We don't
35
got to
for
see
him.
because we already know. He
I don't
ain't.
know who the hell. Yeah, he's too bought into Detroit. I've never heard of Laporta. They don't even talk about him here in Detroit. Laporta, the tight end for them. Who the hell is that? But I guess he needed the tight end. Bucker did his thing. Browns defense, and then yeah, we can get into Pat and Rod. Rod, I don't. He probably just not touching nothing, or he's just unfortunate. He also did draft Aaron Rodgers, so that was very unfortunate, and Nick Chubb, I believe, like or somebody else who's been out all year. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Yeah, that's yeah. DK Metcalf didn't play
And
yesterday, and
Debo.
then yeah, Debo. Yeah, Debo. His team's just got a lot of injuries. That's unfortunate. Even yeah, Mac Jones. I mean Daniel Jones. You got two quarterbacks that yeah, you had to drop somebody else. You had to drop Aaron Rodgers to get Aaron Jones, and Aaron Jones can't even. I mean, what's his name? Daniel Jones. I said Aaron Jones.
Yeah, Daniel
Daniel
Jones
Jones
hurt.
can't even stay healthy. Oh yeah, no. Pat is who got Nick Chubb. Okay, he's on IR. Connor's
Yeah.
on. I didn't even know Connor was
Oh.
on IR too. He left Pickens on the bench. Pickens had a nice game yesterday on the deep
I don't
ball.
know what he was thinking about with his team. He just go.
Yeah, I don't know. Rod. This was an old style type of draft right there. Christian Watson was nice last year, but this year he's a little quiet. Judy, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, at least he got Bijan. Oh, Bijan was quiet yesterday. Frank, what happened
Man,
to
Bijan
Bijan?
was sick. Bijan woke up with migraines. He only got the ball one time.
He woke up with migraines. All hell to the brother,
Nah,
but that's
we
just
got
crazy.
running backs though. That's the thing. Like Bijan
Yeah, Algier.
talented, but we been had Patterson. Patterson just came back. He healthy, so and he
Patterson back?
He did his thing.
I'm about to go pick that nigga up right now. I'm about to go pick him up right now. Patterson helped me out last year. He saved me some game. I didn't win last year, but he helped me out. Patterson,
Like,
shout out to him. If he's
we
back,
get
I
these
might.
new running back, we get these new names in the draft, and people just forget. Like, oh yeah, we still got this guy. Like,
Facts. Josh Jacobs didn't do much. Jerome Ford, he's balling out over there in Cleveland with Nick Chubb being hurt. I like him. That was a good pickup by Pat right there. Mike Evans had a solid game. Amon-Ra St. Brown's doing good. Smart move with Andrews. Lockett, he's going to always get you at least 30, 40 yards. So, yeah, and then that Eagles defense gave him 12 points. That's good. So, yeah, Pat gets the dub. See, me and him will both be 4-3 at the end of today, bearing that he finishes his win, I finish my loss. But I had that dub against him, so I think I'll still stay at number 2, hopefully. Next week, let's see. What's the matchups for next week?
Who number one?
You know who's number 1. It's you, bro. 5-1. You're good. Or 6-1, whatever you are. Who's your one loss to? Rouse?
I want to say Pat. Either Pat or Ross last week.
Let me see.
I want to say it was Pat last week.
Yep, he got you by 20 points. Let me see. What was the determining factor? Why didn't I show it? Oh, it's over here. Who didn't show? Oh, Nakua being quiet, I guess. Other than that, everybody kind of showed up for him. Yeah, I think it was really just. Yeah, I guess it was just that, and then he just had a good enough points. But yeah, next week, who I got? Okay, me and Cooley, we back at it. Cooley can get his rematch. Okay, well, I don't even need to look at that. We don't need to see that. He don't need to know my game plan. You against Rod, you'll probably get that dub, and then
I got no choice but to win.
I don't know.
Something gotta give.
Zekai versus Marley. Okay. But yeah, we will see. Fantasy is cooking up. It's cooking up. Rose's on a hot streak. Najee staying solid up there at number 1. But hey, the rest of us, me, Cooley, and Frank, we still up there. You know, we still battling who's gonna really get up there. So we're gonna have to see.
Ain't no
way. Y'all got anything else?
Man, I blame this on the referees in Philadelphia as a state.
Okay, man. All right, bro. You mean a city? Okay, man.
40
This
points
man.
into this would have been no brainer, dub. Started Jeff, and he
Yeah,
started
yeah.
Jeff Goff over Lamar Jackson.
That's
Just run the ball on
crazy to
Twitter.
me.
Why we got to keep?
Like
Put y'all
you're basically also
quarterback is that?
saying you're not just saying that Jared Goff is a better quarterback than Lamar Jackson. You're also saying that the Ravens defense isn't as good as Detroit's defense. And I get it. Detroit's defense is playing lights out, but the Ravens are just historically known to have good defense, especially against a system quarterback. They don't get beat by system quarterbacks. The Ravens be getting beat defensively by like a Josh Allen or a Pat Mahomes, an astronomical quarterback. I know Jared Goff. Jared Goff doesn't come into Baltimore and toasts their defense. So I don't know. Maybe Rose. I don't know what his logic is. I would love to get that out of him one day, and we'll definitely talk
Gotta
about
be
that one
racist.
soon.
Gotta be racist.
Somebody motivated?
Gotta
You
be
say
racially
racially
motivated.
motivated? What? So you saying he doesn't like what?
He's
This is what
he's
people
against
do.
us.
People watch you have a bad
He's
game and
against
don't
us?
think you gonna make up. You don't think this is a bounce back week for you. Most of the time when you take a L, when you take a bad loss, you know you should have like secured. You come back lights out the next following week. That's what happened with the Ravens. They gave up
That's what happened with
to the
Philly.
Steelers. So you coming into Baltimore, you think they about to just, yeah, we just gonna let them have it. Let's Jeff Goff go off. No, them boy about to play lights out.
Detroit versus Baltimore, two tough cities, two tough, very gritty type of
Gotta be racist.
personality types. How? Why would he draft him first?
Gotta be racially
No, see,
motivated.
I'm gonna debunk that. Why would he? If this is racially motivated, why would he have a black quarterback on his team?
He has Lamar.
Or you
Lamar.
just saying his
This
decision
man
for
don't
this
play
week
Lamar. I
was
have
racially
watched him
motivated?
just put him on the bench. He dropped 40. Like that's bad. He dropped 50. Like that's bad. Like
He keeps doing this?
Like why do you? I asked him one time, like, why do you draft your like Calvin Ridley if you're not gonna play him? Why do you draft these people and you just bench them? When they go off, like they be on your bench.
We gotta get into this. We gotta do the research.
I'll tell you why. He's
okay,
racist.
0-1. Okay, he played Lamar week 1 and he gave him 16 points. He probably didn't like that. He was pissed off. All right, where's Kenneth? I keep forgetting his name on here. What is it? Okay, he played him again. He gave him 41. Yeah, we'll see. Hold on. Let's keep going. Where's Kenneth again? Okay, here. He started Dak Prescott. Okay.
He's not technically black.
Stop. Stop it, bro. Okay, he was rear 4. Okay, he brought Lamar back. Week 5. Lamar. Okay, no, he's keeping Lamar there. I guess Dak had the bye week. He's keeping Lamar there, but
Racially motivated.
He just decided 1 week.
He saw Jared Goff and he saw Lamar Jackson. He was like, one person's hair is better than the other. Racially motivated.
Yo, stop. You're not even using it for the right terms. Like there's actual situations where there are racially motivated things. You're what they call race baiting. Like
racially motivated. He decided for a white quarterback instead of a black one. He wanted his quarterback to sit in the pocket. Racially motivated.
Oh my God! This is not even an appropriate time to use that. You're inappropriately using the term. Y'all got anything else y'all want to talk about before we get up out of here?
In the system.
Lamar
what?
Passer,
what did
so
you...
I'm gonna say that.
Thank you. Lamar, I don't even.
If it ain't broke, don't try to fix it.
Yeah, you looked at his game yesterday. He kept his eyes down the field.
I'm not.
He barely took off.
Come on, man.
Get out of here with that, man. Y'all got anything else I want to talk about before we get up out of here? Anything you need to promote? Anything like that?
Well, since you want to talk about promotion, I got a couple things. Hold it down for me, peoples. You guys like wrestling? You want to hear about what's going on up in the WWE and AEW? Go ahead, check out me, your boy, Playboy Troy, and my homeboy, Easy Too Real, on We're WrestleManiacs 2. So we sit there, we break down the current events and current news that's going on in the wrestling world today. And also, we're going into the season of Halloween and Thanksgiving. Time to be around your family at Christmas time. Ain't no reason to be in your family's face with a dirty face. Go hit up Mystics Bar and get your face cleaned up. And if you're in the Savannah area. Once again, ain't no reason to pull up on your family and get a plate with dirty paws? Go get your face clean with Mystics Ball. And while you're there with your family, show off your new custom clothes that you got from BQ Masterpiece. Once again, show off your brand new custom shoes and custom jacket from Black Queen Masterpiece on Instagram, bq.masterpiece. Back to you, Melly, man.
It's beautiful. That was beautiful segments. You got anything you need to
Yeah,
promote,
man.
Cooley?
This for all the ladies. If you need some jewelry, some fine quality gold that's laser engraved, soldered with good craftsmanship, check out my girl DC by Dorian. DC by Dorian. She based out here on the West Coast. She's based in LA. She's originally from the South, from Atlanta. Um, and her jewelry has been showcased in different movies, worn by Lauren London and different actresses and such. So yeah, man, check out on Instagram. She just dropped some new purses, little cute purses like the little Telfair Global pocketbooks, purses. You ladies be one. I be seeing y'all with y'all different swag and style, saw drip. So yeah, she got that. She just launched that this week. So check out.
Nice. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody that's rocking with Heavily Opinionated. You know what I'm saying? I don't really got any promotions, man. Just check out. Y'all know my books at. I done already talked to Plethora enough about them. What up?
Hey, Cooley, I know you mentioned Atlanta. Since talking about Atlanta, I want you guys to go ahead and get you a ticket at the Cricket Celebration Bowl where your boys, Platinum P, Playboy Troy, Melly Mel, Cooley High, and DJ Rose, where we're going to be pulling up at the Cricket Celebration Bowl and the Battle of the Year in Atlanta, Georgia, December 15th. Be there, be square. Tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell your sister, tell your brother, your uncle, your auntie, your granny, your grandpa, Ray and them, all of them.
Baby mama.
Tell
Baby
them, your
sister.
baby mama, your
Baby
baby daddy,
daddy.
your babysitter, whoever. Tell the child care.
Yeah.
Hey, tell the people in the EBT line. Tell them to pull up to Atlanta. Come see your boys. Heavily opinionated. While we sit there, we celebrate the HBCU community. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all from the Heavily Opinionated podcast. Thank you guys. Shout out. Love y'all. Peace.
Peace.